So hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. Today we will have a virtual tour to Kenya, okay? But before that, I will just give you a recap of the week and what you're going to do for the next one, okay? I can talk and no problem, Mona. Feel free to use the chat, okay? If you guys have any questions during the session, feel free to type in the chat. We'll be answered then, okay? So first of all, let me share my screen here so you guys can see. As you may know, we are finishing the week 2, right, of the training theoretical phase. So make sure to submit your test 2 by tomorrow, okay? We will accept tests until tomorrow, Sunday, September 4th at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so make sure to do it. Also, if you miss the week 1 test, we are giving you more time to do it. So you also need to submit by September 4th if you miss the week 1 test. Okay, so make sure to do it, to submit both if you haven't taken any tests yet. Okay, for next week, it's going to be week 3. We will talk about the online collaboration tools. And as you can see here, I already provide all the training materials in our website, okay? So if you guys have already done week 1 and week 2, you can already start to read the training materials of week 3. The exams will be released on Tuesday with your best grades for week 1 and week 2, okay? So you just need to wait a little bit to receive all the grades. Okay, is there any questions related to the program for now? No, everything clear?
Yeah, we can go on.
Okay. So I pass the mic to Lisa and she can start to introduce the virtual tour for today. Okay, Lisa.
Hello everyone, my name is Louisa and I'm one of the coaching managers and I am in charge of the virtual tours. So today we will have a virtual tour of Kenya with Lisa. And I do want to say that we are having virtual tours with students. So pay close attention today, and if you think it's something you want to do this semester, later on we will send out a message in the coming weeks to recruit people for that. And now we have one of our coaches, so I will let her share her screen and introduce herself. Lisa, go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Lisa. I'm one of the coaches I'm the coach who's going to be presenting today for the virtual tours, and I'm going to be presenting about Kenya, which is my home country. Yeah. 1 second, let me just.
Lisa, just one thing. Can you please tell them when did you participate in Xculture and how was your experience?
Okay, I participated in Xculture in the second semester for 2021, and I really enjoyed my experience. That was my first time as a student. It was brought to my attention by one of my classmates, so I did it independently of my school. I really enjoyed it. So I was a coach for the first time, the first semester of this year, and I really had so much fun, so I came back again this semester. Yeah, so I'm going to present you about Kenya. So Kenya is a country in East Africa on the equator line. The coastline of Kenya is the Indian Ocean with the capital city being Nairobi. To the left is the flag, the national flag of Kenya. So the 3 colors of the flag represent different things, with black being about the people of Kenya and our national skin color, red representing blood and and green is for vegetation and nature and greenery, with white representing peace. So some fun facts before we get into the main areas. Kenya has 50 national parks and reserves. There are over 60 languages spoken. Nairobi, which is the capital city, is the only city in the world with a national park within it. Coffee is the most valuable export in Kenya, and the wildebeest migration, which happens in Masai Mara, has no beginning or end point. So it happens in a clockwise loop between Kenya and Tanzania, which is a neighboring country. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the capital city. So the capital city of Kenya is Nairobi, with a population of around 4.4 million people. The name Nairobi is a Maasai phrase, which is Enkare Nairobi, which translates to cool water. So this is because the entire land where the city now stands used to be swampy and uninhabited, only being inhabited by the indigenous people, which are the Maasai. So Kenya was founded in 1899 by the colonial authorities in British East Africa, and it grew very quickly to become the capital city, replacing a former county.
Lisa, I have a question. I'm not sure if you know, but is that a shield on Kenya's flag in the center of the flag?
Pardon?
Can you go back to the Kenya's flag?
Before this slide, or?
Yeah, on Kenya's flag.
Yes.
Is that a shield?
Yes, it's a shield.
Oh, it's a shield. Okay.
Yes,
but
it's a
do
shield.
Do you know why do you have shields on your flag?
If I'm remembering correctly, it's for the independence that Kenya was fought for by the freedom fighters.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. And one more question to this slide that you were presented. What is Maasai?
So Maasai are the indigenous people of Kenya. So they were some of the first inhabitants, and that's what the tribe is known as. So they're the Maasai people.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey guys, I just remembered, as we are in a meeting, if you guys have questions, you can open the mic, okay? And feel free to do it. Okay, sorry, Lisa, you can continue.
Okay. Okay, so this slide shows old Kenya. So this old Nairobi in specific. So the top left picture is Nairobi in 1899, before anything had happened, before anything was done. And this just basically shows how it progressed. So we gained independence in 1963, and that's when Nairobi became the capital city. Yes. So the colonialism, though, was as a result of the rail depot of the Uganda Railway, which led to Kenya being colonized. So the images shown on the page, it shows how Nairobi looks now, as well as the national park that's within Nairobi, which is Uhuru National Park, which is named after our very first president. So it's one of the most famous parks in Nairobi, and the park borders the business district. Yes.
And Lisa, you actually live in Nairobi yourself. What is your favorite part about living there?
Oh, okay. I think my favorite part about living here is where I live in general, there's a lot of things that you can do, as well as the fact that I could wake up on any random day and say, oh, I want to see these animals. And there's a lot of centers and sanctuaries within Nairobi. So besides Uhuru National Park, which you can see like normal big wild animals, there's also a giraffe center and an elephant orphanage, where you can go and be actually part of the feeding process for both animals. Yes.
That's cool. Yeah. And one question, just for curiosity, if you go to this tall building in the third picture, can you see the whole city and also the savannah? Is that possible or not?
Yes, it is. That third picture, the building is called KICC. So it's a revolving building, which has a really nice view of the entire of the business district as well as the national park.
Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. Okay, thank you.
So one of the main modes of public transport in Nairobi is matatus. Matatu is a slang term for minibuses, which are the most popular public transportation. So what makes them unique, what makes them stand out, is the fact that each driver of an independent matatu chooses the body art, and they choose it based off of their personal likes, their personal, what makes them happy, and that's what makes them unique. So I'm going to be discussing 3 attractions within the whole of Kenya. The first one is Masai Mara. Within Masai Mara, I'm going to be talking about the migration, the Big Five and wildlife, as well as the Masai people. So the Great Wildebeest Migration has been selected as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, and it takes place every year between late July to the end of September. So as Masai Mara is a national reserve, it's one of the largest game reserves in Kenya and considered to be Africa's greatest wildlife reserve. So during the months of July to September, more than 1.5 million wildebeest, zebra, and antelopes migrate from Serengeti, which is northwards, into Masai Mara in search for food and water. Masai Mara also hosts all of the Big Five, as well as other species such as zebras, giraffes, hyenas, cheetahs, wildebeests, gazelles, and 400 bird species which have been identified within the park. So Masai Mara was named in honor of the Masai people, as they are the ancestral habitants. So their description of the area when looked at from afar, so Mara means spotted in the local Masai language, which is due to the many trees that dot the landscape of Masai Mara. So the Masai are nomadic pastoralists who traditionally make a living out of cattling herd within Masai Maras and other areas of Kenya. So the photos here depict the wildebeest and as well as the Maasai people. And on the bottom left, we see one of the game drives, which are really popular within the national parks in Kenya. So you're able to go up close to the animals and take pictures and watch the process of them being in the wild. Yes. So next, I'm going to be discussing hiking destinations for everyone who loves to go hiking or just be in nature. So the first destination I'm going to be discussing is Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya is an extinct volcano and the highest mountain in Kenya, being the second highest in Africa after Mount Kilimanjaro, which is in Tanzania, most mainly and partly in Kenya as well. So the 3 highest peaks of Mount Kenya are Batian, Nelion, and Lenana, which are named after Maasai chiefs. So the highest peak on Mount Kenya is Batian, which is 5,199 meters. And the second highest peak is Nelion, which is just 11 meters smaller, being 5,188. So both of these peaks, though, are technical climbing peaks, so it's only advised for professionals to climb them, as you would mainly be rock climbing, and it can be quite dangerous for those of us who are not professional climbers. So the peak that is regularly climbed by people from all over is Point Lenana, which is the 3rd highest peak at 4,985 meters. And it is also the 2nd highest trekking peak in Africa.
Is it possible to hike in any season, or do you have a specific season to hike?
You're able to hike all year round. So you just go up, you can either hike with one of the many groups or you can hike individually. And so you drive up to the park area and you sign in so they can know you're on the mountain, know that you're here. And so if anything happens, and if you hike with a group, they also, they have, you can sign up for insurance, yes, insurance, and you can also sign with what is it called? When a helicopter takes you off the mountain in case anything happens. So you can hike all year round, just safety is very important. Next area I'm going to be discussing is Mount Elgon National Park. So Mount Elgon is a pinnacle attraction within the park and it reaches a summit of 4,321 feet. It is believed to be the oldest extinct volcano in East Africa. So one of the main attractions in Mount Elgon, so firstly, these are pictures of Mount Elgon just as a whole. So one of the main attractions of Mount Elgon is the caves. So Mount Elgon is dotted with caves from ancient lava tubes. So there are many of these around. And it is also known as Nyandura, which means a drying height due to the fold of its silhouette. Next, I'm going to be discussing the Abadia ranges. So these are an isolated volcanic range, 160 kilometers long. So they're known as Nyandarua ranges by the Kikuyu people of Kenya, which I am a part of, despite me not being able to pronounce the name. So it is made up of 6 ranges within it. So these are the caves. Caves are what are our main attraction in the Abadia ranges. There are 4 main caves as well as many others which are outside the protected areas. On the bottom right, we're able to see the salt mining elephants of one of the caves. So the elephants visit the caves in herds, as well as other animals such as red yucca and buffalo. So they all come in search of the minerals that are within the earth of the caves. One of the other big spectacular things about the Abadia ranges are the waterfalls, which are located 1.5 kilometers from Kitam Cave, which has a spectacular waterfall that falls over the mouth of the ranges into a small shallow like lake. So the highest peaks in the Abadia ranges are Mount Satima, which is at an elevation of 4,000 meters, and Mount Kinangop as the second highest peak at an elevation of 3,906. And the last one is known as Table Mountains. It's a really popular one due to the shape and the name, and it's an elevation of 3,698 meters. Next, I'm going to be talking about Mombasa. Mombasa used to be the main capital city of Kenya. It used to be the most popular until Nairobi was grown and came to be. So Mombasa is on the eastern coastline of Kenya next to the Indian Ocean. It is an island joined to the mainland by ferries and bridges. So it was also established between the 1st and the 5th century by the ancient Swahili people. So the Swahili people were the natural inhabitants of Mombasa until there were other people who came over, such as the Portuguese, the Italians, and some Arabs as well. So the main language spoken in Mombasa is Swahili, which has cultural influence from the Arab people who settled there. Some of the main attractions are Fort Jesus. So this is Fort Jesus. Fort Jesus is a popular tourist destination, and it was constructed from 1953 to 1956 by the Portuguese who had settled there. So it's set up as a perfect illustration of the military architecture that was happening in Portugal particularly during the 16th century. As you can see, like cannons, it sort of looks like a castle, and it's a really good tourist spot to go and see the surrounding ocean and as well as the surrounding greenery. Next is the Mombasa Marine National Park, which is off the shores of Kenya. So the marine park has coral mangroves, coral reefs, seagrass beds, as well as sandy beaches, and you are able to go and snorkel here. So depending on whether you want to do it individually or with one of the hotels that you're staying at, with a company, or if you just go walking on the beach and some man comes up to you and is like, "Hey, do you want to go snorkeling?" You're able to do that, and they take you to a beautiful place as well to be able to see it. Okay, next up is Hala Park. This one is very famous with school groups. Everyone wants to see the animals within Mombasa, as well as just Mombasa people who want to come and see animals. So Hala Park was previously referred to as Bamburi Natural Trail. It is a nature reserve as well as home to numerous animals. Some of the wild animals that reside here are hippos, zebras, giraffes, plus Cape buffaloes. It also has a documented over 160 species of bird life. So I myself have been to Hala Park, so I can talk to it being really good. And it's a big spacious place where you can see many different types of animals. You can feed the giraffes with the help of the caretakers. You're able to see the hippos. Hala Park also has crocodiles and butterflies, but they're not as famously known, but they're within there. So there's a butterfly pavilion where you can see the different type of butterfly species up and close, as well as an area where they teach you about the different types of butterflies from life to death and how their feeding process works, reproduction, everything. You are also able to, as seen in the right-hand corner, see this very large tortoise. So it is still there till today. In fact, I don't remember how old the tortoise is now, but you're able to see them, and there are many different ones, and you're able to see them in natural habitats. Yes.
Lisa, next to the hippos, there are birds. Do you know what kind of birds these are?
I would like to say they're egret birds, but I'm not sure. I'm not that much of a bird person, so I don't really know.
Do you know the yellow birds in the corner?
Oh, birds are not really my thing, so I'm not entirely
No
sure.
problem.
So I can't tell you exactly what type of bird it is in case I mess up and misrepresent us.
No problem. He looks really cute anyway.
Yes. So lastly, one of the other main things within Mombasa is that there are many ruins due to the different types of settlers who settled there, and then the ocean, any wars that might have happened, just settlers leaving and leaving their places. So this is Jumba la Mtwana, which in Swahili means the large house of the slave. It is famous for being a Swahili destroyed village that is in Kilifi County, away from the main city of Mombasa. It was made up of 4 houses, a tomb, and 4 mosques. So the houses were, which include the house of the cylinder, the house of the kitchen, the house of the many pools, which had 3 phases within it, and the great mosque. This is like a really interesting place because you're able to go and learn about the settlers and how they really struggled when colonial people came to take over their land, and you're able to see up close the ruins and the different areas, and these are very big ruins, so you're able to go all around and see. Yeah.
Oh, seems like we have a bird person in the chat. So Mohammed said that the bird in the corner was yellow canary. Okay, thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you. Yes, that's it for my presentation.
That's it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Lil. Maybe how about you? Can you talk a little bit about your school? Is it possible or not?
My school.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Firstly, I'm in my last year of high school, which is not common seeing as I'm 17 and I'm not supposed to be my last year of high school, but I go to Aga Khan Academy, which is an international IB school. So due to the way my school was forming, I had to be merged with the grade ahead of me. So we really actually was fed up. So I'm in my last year. There are many different locations for my school. So there's one I go to, which is in Nairobi. There are 2 public Aga Khans, which are not run by the main institution, but are instead public schools run by the government. In Kenya, we also have Aga Khan Mombasa, which is just like mine, but is more private, more institutionalized, as it was His Highness's like child school. It was his baby school as the school he focused on the most. There is also an Aga Khan in Hyderabad. Yes.
Thank you. We have a question from Nakada. You said that Kenya speaks 60 languages. How many languages can you speak?
Okay, so I can speak Swahili, which is the main national language. And I come from 2 tribes. So I'm both Kikuyu, which are a very big prominent tribe in Kenya. They are part of the Bantu tribes. And they were mainly known for Mount Kenya, which is where they resided in the beginning. So on my mom's side, I'm Kikuyu. So I can speak very little, but mainly understand Kikuyu. Then on my dad's side, I am Luya. Luyas are from Kakamega County, which is in Western Kenya, close to the lakes. And I can only hear Luya. I cannot speak it. Yes.
So it's 4 languages that you understand. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe can you teach us a little bit on how to speak your first language in Kenya? I don't remember the name. What is the name?
Swahili?
Yes, Swahili.
Okay, so I can do greetings, which might be easier to learn.
Okay.
So in Swahili, we have hello, which would be either jambo or habari ya mchana, which means how is your morning, which is typically done. And
Can
then,
you type in the chat, because I actually found it very difficult for me.
okay,
Yeah.
can I? Example. And then,
Oh, we have a message from Dua. We have Aga Khan Academy here in Pakistan too. Oh, so you guys are like brothers and sisters.
okay. For the how is your morning, I'm not entirely sure if I've spelled it right.
Jambo.
Yes.
Jambo is hello.
Yes.
Jambo. Jambo. How is your morning? Habari ya
Mchana.
mchana. Mchana. Habari ya mchana. Okay. How do I say? How do I ask what's your name? And my name is Tanana.
Okay, so what's your name would be jina lako ni nani, which, and then, okay, so if you were to ask me what is my name, you'd say habari jina lako ni nani, and then I would say jina langu ni Lisa. So let's
Jila lako. Ni
jina
nani?
lako, and then you would reply jina langu ni, and then your name.
Jina lako ni nani? Jina langu ni Rafael. Okay.
Yes, you can, Mohammed. That is how you would say, hello, how is your morning?
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Is there any other questions, guys? Is everything okay? No question? All good?
Do we have any other people from Kenya here? Oh, I do see a question. What is the population of Kenya?
The population of Kenya would be around 4.4 million people and growing.
So, okay. All clear then? Okay, for, sorry. For those who enter later in the session, okay, I just told them that you have until tomorrow, as Sunday at 11:59 p.m. to submit your test 2, okay? And if you miss the test 1, you can also submit by tomorrow as well, okay? So make sure to submit test 1 and test 2 by tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Also, if you have already done that, you can already start reading the training materials for week 3. It's already on the website, okay? So feel free to check. And also, one more thing, okay? For this week, it's also optional for you guys, okay? Because probably you have another webinar for the same presentation and whenever you start the practical phase. But if you go down to the website page, we will find the webinars recording and also future webinars that we might have soon. So as you can see, whenever you open, you will find the link to our virtual tour, right? And also we on September 7, Wednesday at 9 a.m. we will have a company introduction webinar. It's from Referee. It's not set that this company will be for you as well, but it might be. So if you guys want to attend a company webinar and maybe start to understand how it works for the practical phase, feel free to register and enter and ask questions to the company yourself, okay? Also, I will post here all the Academy events and if you can, and here you can also watch past company introductions that we had. Okay, for this semester, all these one are for the early track. It may be for you guys in the practical phase. It's not set yet, but probably a couple of them will be as well for you. So you can watch the recording just to understand how it works a little bit. Also, if you want, there is another past company introductions, feel free to watch as well. And there are a couple of videos of previous sorry, of previous guest speakers that we had. So we had Svenga that talk about teamwork matters, how do a competition analysis, what's a team charter, and everything related to our program. Okay, it's all option, this video, but it might help you throughout this semester. Okay, so feel free to watch as well. Okay. I see the chat. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so everyone saying good words to Lisa. Yes, it was a very beautiful presentation, Lisa. You are very well spoken, so good job. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Is there any other question, guys? And also, as Lisa said at the beginning of our meeting, if you want to do something like that for your own country, we will open the registration for that in the practical phase, okay? So just be aware on your email, you will receive an email related to that soon, okay? So you can do your own presentation of your own country or place that you like. Okay, so that's it, guys. Make sure to submit your test by tomorrow. Okay, and if you have any questions, feel free to send us an email or type in the Telegram or Discord or contact any coaches. Okay, that's it for today. See you guys next weekend. Okay, bye bye. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you.